Here is the AI business you can start tomorrow and make $70,000 monthly recurring revenue within just 1 year. And I'm confidently giving you these numbers because this is what I did for 2 of my companies within this space. The niche that we are going to focus on is the short-term accommodation services within your area. If you're living in the USA, you're going to focus on your specific state. If you're living outside, you will focus on your country. The product that we're gonna build and sell them is the AI sales rep for the potential clients and the customer support agent for existing tenants that is going to be connected to their phone, WhatsApp, email, text, and Instagram. If you think about this, these businesses receive hundreds, sometimes thousands of DMs. You are going to automate 90% of these inquiries through this AI agent using one simple to understand interface with one unified inbox with a CRM, calendar, and all the things that they would need. Most of them are not using any system. If it's a bigger company, they would, but they don't have a unified place where all the messages are gathered, and they obviously do not have the AI who can handle all of these messages. The way you're gonna get the clients is through the ads. You will launch 2 types of the ads. The first one is the video ad, where you will be sitting in your living room or in the kitchen and recording a selfie video where you're gonna do the call out, the offer, and then more the details, and then the call out again. It's going to be like short-term accommodation services in Barcelona. This AI sales rep right here. Now, it's very important for you to show something visually first on the screen. You can get a screenshot like that from your WhatsApp conversation, Instagram, or text, and just put it on the screen saying that this is the AI sales rep that is talking to the tenants on their behalf. So the call out, then this AI sales rep will automate 90% of the inquiries from your existing tenants without you needing to do anything. So this is basically the call out plus the product that you're gonna provide them within just a few second video intro. Then you're gonna do the offer. We're gonna say, we're gonna build this thing for you for free. I don't like saying free, so you're gonna say, we're gonna build it for you with no upfront cost. You're gonna see the results, and then if you like it, we're gonna move on. Click the link below and check that out. The same logic will be applied to the static ads, where you're gonna do the call out on top, then the screenshots, then the CTA. You're gonna have the 3 videos with the 3 different call outs, like short-term accommodation services in Barcelona, or Barcelona apartment owners who are running the ads, and then short-term accommodation services running ads to get the tenants, something like that. Same thing for the static. The reason why you would want to launch the static ads is because it is easier. It's usually cheaper to get the clicks. Obviously, they are not that qualified, but because there are a lot of the clicks, you can test a lot of the different angles. Once you start getting the traffic, you're gonna send this traffic to the funnel step number 1, which would be the opt-in form. It will look like this, the screenshot or a GIF of your system, aka the video part from the VSL from the step number 2. Then the free video exposes how you're gonna do X, Y, and Z. You can play around with the names, of course, and then the form. Once they fill out this form, they will go into the step number 2 with the VSL. Here, you will record a 5 to 10 minute video where you're gonna say, hey, I know as a apartment, owner, you are stuck at not like able to handle all of the inquiries from all of your clients. Now, very, very important note. Of course, the majority of the market does not have this problem. The majority of the apartment owners are handling everything themselves. That is why you're trying to target and find companies who have the volume of the request. And you can either do that with the ads where you're calling them out specifically through the opt-in form, which is the second option, where you're doing the pre-qualification, or on the VSL to not get as many bookings that are not qualified. The main thing that you would have to integrate is the AI sales rep that would sell your AI sales reps. Basically, once people opt in to the VSL, of course, most of them will not book an appointment. That is where you will have your own sales rep that sends them the WhatsApp, the text, makes the call, and send the email saying that you just saw that the form was submitted, so can we chat further, because we would want to show how the system works and they don't need to pay for anything. This way, you are engaging with all the leads that you generate from the ads. Then, once you book the call, either from someone who picked up the phone or answered to one of the messages from your AI sales rep, or did that organically through just watching the video, you're gonna hop on the sales call. Through the sales call, you're gonna say hi, how many requests you're gonna have. You're gonna ask a few questions like what the channel, how do they handle them, what are the languages. Once you gathered all the details, you are automatically going to customize the offer based on all of these criteria. But basically, the wireframe would be like handle 90% of the inquiries that you receive 24/7 on autopilot on any language. We're gonna build it for you for free as a trial for 7 days. You don't need to pay for anything. We're gonna deploy, you're gonna see the results, and then you're gonna pay $1 per hour to this AI sales rep that is working on your behalf. So here is the math. You are going to have the opt-ins for $5 to $20. Of course, depending on the country, depending on the messaging. So let's say you're gonna have it for $15. 10 opt-ins will be equal to 1 booking. Now, my agency have much better numbers, and I was sharing them on the previous videos. So here is the conservative calculations. 10 opt-ins will be equal to 1 booking. So 1 booking will be about $150. 10 bookings will be 7 shows. 7 shows will be 2 trials. Now, think it on yourself. Do you think it is doable? Do you think that if you are reaching out to 10 people who opted in, interested in your offer that you presented on the video creative or on the static creative, that will both be interested to hop on the call with you? Probably yes. So that's why this is a very realistic number. So 150 per booking. Then 70% show up rate is very, ordinary. 7 shows, 2 trials, because your offer is basically the trial where you are not charging them anything, literally zero. You're gonna have 2 trials out of the 7 shows for sure. Out of the 7 trials, you can probably close 1 client if you know how to deliver the results and if you know how to build a really good system. So 10 bookings will be $1,500, aka 1 client. You're gonna charge this client $1,500 upfront, which is nothing. If they manage multiple apartments for this system to work, you're gonna charge them $1,500, which is the exact amount that you spent to acquire this client. So you are going to self-liquidate the spend that you have wasted on the ads. But then you're gonna make the money on the back end. If you are charging them $1 per hour when this AI sales rep work, it's gonna cost them $720 per month, which is usually, depending on the country, less than an actual human that they are either hiring already or they are planning to hire. So 20 bookings per week, you're gonna have 2 clients per week. because we're having 10 bookings, 7 shows, 2 trials, and 1 client. That is why if you double that, you're gonna have 2 clients per week, which is very realistic, aka 4 trials. Of course, 4 trials is not small amount of work, depending on the system that you're using. For example, within the one prompt, we spend about 1 to 2 hours to deploy a trial for each and every client because we have everything productized. So it's up to you how you're gonna build this system. Then you're gonna have 8 clients per month because you're getting 2 per week, aka 96 clients per year. If one client pays you $1 per hour of this AI sales rep working 24/7, thus paying you $720 per month, 720 times 96 clients that you will get through the year, it's going to be 70,000 monthly recurring revenue. Of course, these are the general numbers. Our numbers on the acquisition side are lower. Of course, you need to count the churn that you are going to have, but you can vary the type of the prices you are charging the client. For example, if you're working with a bigger company, you can charge them $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 upfront, liquidating the ad spend and making money on top, as well as charging them $2 per hour instead of $1. For example, justifying it by connecting to multiple channels. If you're connecting to the voice, of course, you will have a higher running cost because you're paying per minute. For the text, these are not really tangible because the talking usage for the GPT 4.1 or the Sonnet 4.0 that we are using are pretty low. So you will have 90 to 95% margins. This is the business that you can literally start tomorrow, start building the system out, targeting the clients, getting the opt-ins, hopping on the sales calls, and seeing the results that you will get. Subscribe because in the next video, I will explain how to do the client onboarding, which is very, very important in the actual crucial step when it comes to deploying the trials and making the businesses committed to the actual things that you're building because they're not paying you the money up front, as well as we'll explain you how to build everything up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.